When did you get into horror? Like just as a reader, by the way, is that something you've always been into?
So yeah, now I'm gonna tell you. I mean, if we've got time, I'm gonna tell you really kind of a funny story then.
Go for it. Yeah.
So okay, so as a kid, and like probably 12, 13 years old. I mean, either way, I'm riding bikes to my friend's house. I'm not driving or anything. One of my good friends, we used to love horror movies. So you usually go over, have a sleepover, you watch Son of Svengoolie, the monster movies, you get a Tombstone pizza. Awesome. He also had this amazing stack of porn. And he had his dad and his grandpa would give him Playboys, Penthouses, Hustler, what have you. So, young boys, we are going through everything also and thumbing through those behind closed doors, and you have like 3 or 4 guys over and you're all going through it. So one night I'm over there, I'm thumbing through this Penthouse, and I come to this article by Stephen King. It had a really interesting picture on it, so I'm starting to
By the way,
read
it's like,
this.
of course, JT Patten is the guy reading this for the articles.
That's right. So I'm like, so I mean, literally, so I was like, yeah, read the articles. I started reading the article. Well, these guys wanted the magazine I had. I'm like, I'm not done reading the article. So what do I do? I mean, now I'm thinking, I took the magazine into the bathroom, across the hall, and
This this doesn't this doesn't
I'm
sound good.
I'm reading this article so I could finish up this interview with Stephen King. I walk out of the bathroom and there his mom is. And she's like, Scott, if you guys are doing something in the room, that's one thing, is I don't want you coming into the bathroom. And I'm like stuttering, stammering. And I'm like, really, I was reading this article on Stephen King. And she's like, do you like Stephen King? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, come here. So we go into the family room and she shows me, I think it was Christine, Cujo, some of the first books by Stephen King. And she's like, do you want to borrow any of these? Her husband walks in. We're here. And so picture the scene, back in the 80s, I'm sitting there on a couch with this lady with a Penthouse right in front of us, just hanging out. And she's like, and he's like, what the hell's going on here? He's like, we're both just reading the article. So I started getting into Stephen King, and I was a reluctant reader at the time. So I guess, yeah, if you wanted something to read, put it in a Penthouse or a Playboy for me. Comic books. But I started then reading a lot. Almost everything was just Stephen King. And I still watch the monster movies and stuff like that. And then gradually I expanded into other authors. But so when I thought about, all right, what am I going to write next out of the military thrillers? It was just kind of natural. I'm thinking the books that I read are often horror books anyway, and the movies that I watch are horror anyway. Why wouldn't I try doing something like this? And so I feel like it's kind of a natural thing, something that I've always really enjoyed and kind of cut my teeth on early.